Good morning. So today we are super duper excited. We have another BOGO, and it's just, we get excited about each one of them, and it's because they fit and they fulfill a certain need in our lives, right? So all this week we've been talking about so many different aspects of things that we need support with, both emotionally and physically. And today we get to delve into the amazing blend Purify, which is, I truly go through at least a bottle a month, and I'll explain why that is. And an exclusive oil, Clementine, which yeehaw, all over the place. We're going to delve into that. Let me get a couple business things out of the way real quick. Today's date is July 23rd, 2021. If you are watching this on a replay, don't hang up or don't click away, because the information that you're going to get about Purify and Clementine is going to be really deal. If you are watching today and you would like to order today's special, or better yet, take advantage of being able to YouTube, if you're on Facebook, simply reach out to us evening though. Okay. If you want to get this buy Purify, get Clementine, an exclusive oil for free, you got to do it before 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time this evening, okay? So questions or anything, you'll see our names and our email addresses in our little description boxes there. I will add Miss Trixie's in because I forgot. By the way, we have a special guest today. I don't know if you guys noticed, but we have got the real, the live, the amazing Miss Trixie Jean here today. She had to come out for Clementine Day, but we will be sure to get that information. I'll get Trixie's email down in the description below. Okay, so Purify, right? What do you guys got? I mean, I don't want to, I want to stop talking. I need somebody else to hop in because it's always my voice. Unmute and share your love, people.
Purify in our house lives in the laundry room, which is not to say that it is, discarded or banned or whatever, but that's where it tends to get used. And so we use it all the time for deodorizing. It goes in the wash. It goes on the dryer balls. It's really great. This time of year in New Mexico, it's dry and hot everywhere except inside my house. It's like a sauna because we have a swamp cooler, and so it's moist and icky, and the towels smell musty and that kind of thing. But the Purify, especially like with your bath towels, smells so good. It removes odors. It's so good at that. It's like its special power. Great for deodorizing wash. I live in a house of young men mostly, and that's helpful. And so it goes on the dryer. We put it both in with the detergent if we've got a load that really kind of needs a little extra attention, but then we use it often on the dryer balls. That's kind of where it lives, in the little cabinet with the dryer balls. But not to say that laundry is the only use, right? But that's kind of where I have to make sure there's always a bottle in the laundry room, because that's where we use it.
That is so smart, Susan. That is so smart to keep it there where you use it. I like it in car spray because of that deodorizing property. I like it in the car sprays, but where I use it the most, and not to gross you guys out, but the whole deodorizing piece, I use it to clean the cat box and the little cat aquarium where all of that stuff is. So I make a warm bucket of Purify, and there's AstroTurf there in a drain, so I just wash it with that Purify. It's gentle but powerful, and I like it for animal care cleanup. It's also in our carpet spray if you've got a little situation with that. I'm a fur babe mom, so that's really where we use it, and in the diffuser downstairs where everybody hangs and the funk tends to
collect. It's a must for pet owners, right? I mean, our pets are outside because we have bunnies, but they still get a wipe down with Purify spray when things are not smelling well, and the On Guard wash when we need to wash out their pen and all that kind of stuff. Good stuff.
So we have one of the stinkiest animals that a person can have living in their home, a ferret, and we love her. She is truly like a dream dream member of our family. Like, she is so loved and we are all obsessed with her because she is just amazing. However, she'd be a bit stinky, right? And she tends to enjoy finding new places to mark, if you will. And so what we found, and we really discovered this even more so when we were living in our RV for an extended period of time, because of course our Roxy girl was with us, is that if she did have an issue, or in cleaning out her litter box, which she's really great about using, by the way, but still, you want to get that clean, but you can't use things that are super chemically because she's very sensitive. Ferrets are very, very sensitive. So we're not using bleach to clean out her litter box, right? Which I think what a lot of people would be a go-to, obviously diluted, but nonetheless, we don't even do that. But Purify is amazing to use to clean that litter box up. But also, if she did, I want to say an accident, but it is so intentional. It is not an accident, right? I don't know if you have ever had a ferret, but if there's a corner, she's using it, right? They have to have a corner. The nice thing is if you just round out a corner, they won't use it. So you have to round out all your corners in your house. But if we use the Purify to clean it up, it was fantastic, because you're so right. Nothing else has ever worked to truly get rid of the eau de ferret the way Purify works, but it's safe for her. And that's huge. That is obviously our number one, is making sure that it's safe for her. And Purify is. I'm just going to tell you what's in it. We've got lemon, Siberian fir, citronella, lime, melaleuca, and cilantro. So yes, I know your head is spinning with, holy crap, what does that smell like? Because these are some odoriferous plants, right? They are bringing some power as far as the nose goes. And it, weirdly enough, all combines to create one. There's no one note. Do you guys pick up one note? To me, it just smells like Purify.
I feel like it's a little citronella forward for me. Like, I can smell the citronella, but to me, that's really pleasant because it's clean and fresh, and gives you kind of an indication. Like, it's great outside. I love to put it in the diffuser outside for kind of keeping the bug population down when we're out grilling or hanging out on the patio, that kind of thing. So
that's great. That is a great diffusing outside. That is awesome. All I smell is cilantro. So that's what comes forward to me right away, is that cilantro. I pick it up in everything it's in. I could just, but I love cilantro, so it's happy.
That's so funny, because we do that, right? We pick up the one thing. Go ahead, Tammy. Sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, it's, you talk about diffusing it outside for the pests, but you can also, if you just kind of rub it on your clothes and whatnot, you can go out. If you don't have the Terra Shield, you can use this also as a repellent for the bugs. But then the other thing for people, what I really like is that it's really good for helping detoxify our lymphatic system. And so you can put it underneath your arms and, in those lymph node spots, and it will help detoxify your lymphatic system.
That's so hugely important, because it's a cleansing blend, right? But there's a purification aspect to it too. And I love the detoxification. We have used it. We use it in our laundry as the number one. That's how I end up going through so much. We have a big family. And as soon as I discovered that it got rid of the towel funk, I don't know if you're familiar with towel funk. I don't use dryer sheets, guys, but I still had towel funk. And what that is when the soaps that, anything that you're using, there's just over time a slow buildup on the fibers and things that are so absorbent, like towels. Socks can also get that way. Have you ever noticed that once they get wet, all of a sudden the smell comes back? It's like reconstituted. Towels are the same. Once I discovered that adding a few drops of Purify into my laundry, like the liquid portion of my machine, I just like boot, 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 and close the thing and hit the button and go. I can't handle it when I tell. It's amazing. And I make my laundry detergent, but soap is soap, right? It builds up. And so, you know, it's just amazing. I just really love it. Oh, okay. Sorry. Reading a comment there. I'm so sorry. Carolyn's having trouble with the replay. No, I don't know. Well, hop on there, girl. You're doing great. We're seeing you. So I hope you're able to see us. But the purification aspects for our own body and using it topically, like you're saying, Tammy. So just put it right on in your underarms, right?
I had no idea. I had no idea till this moment. And I use it for so many things. But now I never got it on my body before.
Just
it's going today.
Yeah. And also know, because put it where the sun doesn't shine. You know what I mean? Because of the lime and the lemon in it, you don't want to have that photosensitivity that you can get from the citrus oils. So under the arm is good, because unless you're going to be, you know, laying out in the sun, right? So, and also a good spot is right where the where your hip bends, where your leg bends in, you know, don't get it too close inside, but you can just put it right there. What's that area called, Susan? I want to say inguinal. Is that right?
Yeah, like most people would notice, sort of like your groin area, like on the top of the thigh there, where it meets your hip.
Right, but don't go too center. Stay on the outside.
I mean, can we not address the elephant? That was hilarious. Tammy? Oh my God. I was like, what is she talking? Because my world where the sun don't shine is not my armpits, okay? So I was
losing over here.
I was like, I don't know that I feel like that would be comfortable. So if you're doing playback or whatever, and she's talking about literally where the sun doesn't hit your body.
We're covered with clothing.
Oh God, that was so funny.
Good that you explained that.
Gotta love it. Okay, so we are having some issues. Let me mute this. Okay, so we have a Facebook user friend saying that Purify is amazing. It does deodorize, but then the smell disappears, and that's so true. It doesn't mask. Okay, Purify actually helps to break down, you know, the smells that you smell in the air are different forms of different things, but a lot of times bad smells like mildews or things like that are bacteria that, you know, they're problematic smells. And this actually helps to clean the air. So if you have issues with, we live out in the western portion of the United States. Smoke is an issue here when fires are happening, and people who have respiratory COPD, asthma, any of these, you know, or any type of respiratory vulnerability are really triggered by it, right? Having Purify in your collection is a great thing to add to the diffuser. I will also add that for us, and you want to get into the emotional aspects of things. No, our gorgeous Miss Diana is not here today, but we're gonna back her up. We were gone from our home for like 8+ months, right? Now our older boys were here, but nonetheless, there's a certain energy that happens in a home that 7 people live in that has a vibrancy and a positive energy, and it's filled with sort of laughter and love and all the things that happen in life. Well, when you are gone for an extended period of time and your house feels kind of empty, right? The energy changes. So when we came home, and if you're sensitive to that kind of thing, you know, bear with me. I am. If it's a negative energy place, I got to get out of there. I feel it. I feel that way, and I'm really uncomfortable. But in this case, it wasn't necessarily negative energy. It was like no energy. It was like the house was dead.
Stagnant.
Which sounds terrible, but it really truly was. It was so stagnant. Thank you so much. And I had to come in and bring, you know, the tools. I couldn't, it was heartbreaking to be in the space, honestly. And so I wanted to leave. It was too much. But I started diffusing a lot of Purify, as it really does remove move and change the negative energy, or revitalize and allow for new positive energy to come into your home or your space. And part of that is the cleaning of the air and cleaning of everything that's happening. Then I moved into cedar wood and other things. I mean, I think if you've been in our classes, you've kind of watched me go through this journey on trying to sort of bring our house back to life. And it is absolutely back. It is, she's happy and I'm happy in this space. Purify is a gift if you are someone who is really sensitive to the energy that surrounds you, because it cleanses negativity out. It does the same thing for your own mind, though. You know, it helps to cleanse away all of that negative, the weight of negativity, right? Which we all know is limiting in every aspect. It harbors fear. It harbors, all of the, that loss of confidence, everything. So having Purify for my laundry, my kids' socks, my kids' shoes, and my ferret's litter box is awesome. But having it for this larger scope, air cleansing, energy cleansing, emotional cleansing has been like where it's you got to have it, right? So have you guys been using it in your diffusers? I mean, I know that you said some of you, but as far as we use it for cleaning, but other ways emotionally that anyone has been using their Purify? I'll mute myself here.
Well, it helps really, like if you have toxic thoughts, if you're having negative toxic thoughts. And so with a teenager, sometimes I do that just because they get moody. And it really helps. And because of the citrus, the lemon and the lime in it, it's also very uplifting. So Purify is really good for, like you say, cleansing the moodiness and uplifting.
Well, and if it doesn't make them less moody, it helps you to be less angry about it. Right? I mean, or less frustrated about it, right? It's like, well, okay, you're driving me. And it's like, you know what? It's a phase. I know. I've been there. I was a teenager. I get it, right? And thank God you're not as bad as I was when I was a teenager. That's what I always say to myself is I say to Manny, well, they could be like me. And he's like, oh yeah, no, we're good. We're solid over here. But Purify helps with that.
But that's partly because you have all these awesome tools that you share with them. So they have access to be less teeny. You know what I mean? Because you get to share all these neat things that actually help them with their mind and mood better than we had. We didn't have these kinds of options, and our parents weren't on this page. Well, at least mine weren't, with plant medicine.
So right. I mean, my mom was pretty natural on things, It's funny because the 70s were interesting. It was like natural, but also like, let's eat ramen and Fruity Pebbles and use a lot of Pine Sol, right? But yet we had a lot of, clove burning on the wood burning stove so that the house had the good energy, So it was a weird thing. But you're right. I did not have, gosh, if I had had these tools as a teenager, my mother would have been a much happier person. So we have a Facebook user saying that they use it in their diffuser with AirX, which is perfect. If you don't know about AirX, this is an amazing cleanser for air quality, including removing things such as bacteria, viruses, and toxins from the air. So my father is in love with it for smoke. We have swamp coolers here, which bring in the air from outside. It's not recycling the air conditioned air in your home. It is so whatever, like if there's a skunk goes by, your house smells like skunk because it is drawing in all the skunkiness, right? But when there's a fire, it's drawing in the smoke. And for people, like I said earlier, but AirX combined with Purify is just, you're good. And he's like, it's nuts how good that is. So I love it. And then also we have another Facebook user saying that I think I use it in my new humidifier. Yes, the new humidifier from doTERRA that allows you to not just bring moisture into your household, especially if you're somewhere dry, but also to diffuse, right? I had a friend one time who, anyway, they had this really big, like elaborate humidifier in their kitchen dining room area. I mean, we're talking, this thing was like a piece of furniture almost. And she's like, I'm just throwing the oils in there. And I was like, I don't know that that's the best idea. You know, you really want to be sure that the oils that you're using in your diffusers are going into a diffuser that is medical grade safety, you know, or else it's going to break things down. It's either going to ruin your humidifier, which that looked like a really nice, expensive humidifier, or it's going to release toxins because it's going to break down the plastics that are in your non-medical grade. So just throwing that out there since that came up. But okay, I mean, let's be real. Isn't the star today Clementine? Are we ready to talk about some Clementine here? All right, I'm going to open it up to you guys. I know Trixie's, we're all huge Clementine, you guys. You don't even know. If you don't know, oh, I just want to come over to your house and watch you open it. You know, all right, so who's got a story or wants to share their love and why they love Clementine so much? Tammy, I know has a good, okay, go ahead, Trixie.
Well, since everyone's jumping on, I did a little back history on Clementine, on the story of Clementine, because I had a dog named Clementine for 13 years, and she was my very, very, very best friend. And she went through like the most life with me of any dog I've ever had, like the hunky parts of life. And I wanted to know like what her name meant and all of that. So I read around the history of it, and that part is really fun. And there's all these different stories and this lore because there was a fire. So the books that actually tell the story burned. So there's different takes on the story, but the Clementine essential oil in and of itself was given to me my first time by my bestie Lisa, and for emotional reasons. And as you might well guess, that was long before I knew about doTERRA oils or how they were sourced, or that they used the coals from this fruit to make this magnificent oil, or any of that sort of thing. Since then, the doors have blown wide open for me with Clementine. There's just so much to be thankful for and grateful for in that small bottle of oil. It's an exclusive oil. You can't just order it anytime. And they're giving it away today when you buy Purify, which is only $20. And there's 280 drops in that bottle. And I use every one of them to raise the roots of my life. And so to me, it's like this gorgeous marriage of all this wonderful personal history with the free oil and all of the beauty that she brings, the powerhouse of limonene. And that's got all these crazy properties, which I went to try to find my notes, but my back is out. So I apologize. I have some amazing notes on this oil. I even drew the molecule because it's cyclical and it's similar to like black pepper, and it works really well with cilantro in that way. Like they hook up molecularly, and I have great notes. I do not have them with me, so I'm going to let the ladies talk a little bit more about it. But just know that Clementine is really, really a special prized oil because of what it can do on a couple of spectrums. Emotionally, it's amazing in food and beverages. Oh my gosh, like I could go on and on and on. So get it in your life. It's free today. I just don't know how that is.
Crazy, right? It's crazy. So if you have attended any of our classes over the past year plus, where we have been talking about things like immunity and supporting our immune system, and you've probably heard us talk about a recipe for something called Flume, which is frankincense, lemon, oregano, on guard, and melaleuca / tea tree, same diff. Well, then you've also heard us talk about these sort of powered up super Flume. All right. Super Flume is where you're kind of adding a few of the rarer oils that have a higher level of a chemical constituent that you're looking for to really support, let's say, people who are, you know, you're in a more threatening situation, if you will, as far as your immunity goes. Clementine has been for this last year the #1 sort of step in for lemon in that recipe. And the reason is that it has such a high level of limonene. It sits at up to like 95%. It's a monoterpene hydrocarbon at 98%. This is information from PJ Hanks. Thank you so much, Tammy. I'll let you speak on it because you've done some great classes with PJ Hanks. Clementine is sort of known. I remember PJ Hanks talking about this in a workshop at the beginning of what has been this current era, right? We're just going to kind of go with that, about Clementine specifically being in the world of citrus oils, right? This is your powerhouse citrus oil for support on your immune system. And so for me and my family, as much as I love it, and right now I do have it in my water because I'm celebrating Clementine Day, I got to tell you, I hoard it because it's exclusive. I hoard it because I want to have it for those times when I need super flume in my life. And I wish I could redo the letters, but it would be, and that wouldn't work for the flume aspect. But it's sort of like taking each one and going with the highest level version, right? So I can't tell you how many times people have reached out during this last year and been like, I want to have that Clementine. I need that Clementine in my collection. This is how I have it. I got it because I took advantage of a BOGO. I got it because I take advantage of any time doTERRA has an exclusive oil, I grab it. So I don't care that right now you might not be needing super flume. You're going to need it at some point, and you're going to wish you had that Clementine, right? So Tammy, I'm sorry, I'll let you go ahead and expand upon my thoughts there.
Well, in just knowing that it's really high in the limonene, limonene is really good for us because it helps with glutathione production. And so you go, what is glutathione production? Well, glutathione is basically what our body uses to prevent damage to our cellular components. So it's a super antioxidant. So it's really good for helping our cells get rid of all of those free radicals, that peroxides, lipid peroxides, and heavy metals that are toxic to our body, right? So it's really important to have those limonenes, whether it's lemon, lime, but things like Clementine is so high in it that it's like the super one. Then I was also doing some research on PubMed, and that's a governmental organization where they do all of the research on essential oil, all sorts of products. But what I also saw that about Clementine that I really didn't know until I researched it was that the calcium and potassium are the dominant macronutrients within this. So if you're think what calcium does for you, for your bones, and potassium, think about leg cramps, Charlie horses. Okay, so you're actually getting some really good things from this Clementine. So get your Clementine. It's that easy.
Tammy, that's really key information you just gave about the leg cramps and whatnot. Oh my gosh, that I had no idea that could even be part of it. Y'all are just so smart and fresh. I love it.
Susan, you were unmuted for a second there. Did you have something to add?
I was just going to point out that, as you said already, it's $20 for the Purify. You can get up to 3 on your account. So for $60, and this isn't like the last time we were able to get Clementine, it was a 5 ml bottle. So it was the small bottle. This time it's the 15 ml bottle. So it's a half an ounce of Clementine. You could, for $60 plus tax and shipping, get 3 bottles of Purify and 3 bottles of Clementine. So all this week, every night I've been thinking, I should get one more of those because I got the BOGO box on Monday. And yesterday was the day I was waiting for. It was Immortelle Day, and I wanted an extra Immortelle. And I had a really busy day, and I came home and I thought, I've got time. I fell asleep and I woke up at 12:20. So I did not get another Immortelle, and I was really not happy with myself. So at 12:20, I got on and I got 3 Purify and 3 Clementine in addition to my box, because Clementine is, it's It's such an accessible oil. It's reasonably priced. If you compare the price of Purify and now it's free. So that's, the most reasonable it can be, right? But even if you think it's a comparative value to Purify, because that's, kind of the way they're matched up, it's so reasonable, so accessible, and yet, we can't get it. So I was going to point out one little fun trick on the doTERRA website. I like to, when these weird oils come up, I like to go on the website and just search for it. So you can't buy Clementine. It's not there as a regular oil, but you'll find the blends that it's included in. So lots of times when we have these oils that we can't normally get, they're oils that we are using in other things. Like when we got Laurel last year, it's in our Breathe, right? And so if you search Laurel on the website, Breathe products are going to come up because they're in there. So if you search Clementine, the blend that comes up is Thinker. So Thinker is one of the children's line, which really isn't just for children, right? It's good for anybody. But it's an amazing blend. And I kind of read through the ingredients to see like what role does Clementine play? It's the only citrus in the blend. And Thinker is for like, supporting thought process, focus, clarity, that kind of thing. So Clementine is the citrus that they chose to put in Thinker. So, think about that as well, right? So I would normally go to like wild orange if somebody's looking for something for focus. And wild orange is another great high limonene content, kind of an oil, and one that's really accessible that we have access to all the time. But there's another way that you can use your Clementine, right? Is to use it for focus and clarity and all those things. And then last thing I have to share is right now I have Clementine and spearmint in my diffuser, and it's fantastic. 4 drops of Clementine and 2 drops of spearmint. Gotta try it.
That sounds anything with spearmint, right? Go ahead, Tina.
Yeah, I want to kind of touch back on the glutathione again too, because I just was looking at conditions associated with low glutathione, and there are several. I'm going to try and be as compliant as I can. So there's a lot of neurological issues that happen, not only with thinking, but also with feelings, anxiousness, depression. They talk about Huntington's, even some psychosis is with that. Low glutathione can also affect cardiovascular issues, immune issues, the big C, and then also some other hormonal with your thyroid, your pancreas, and inflammation. So having that high glutathione level in your body is very, very important. So get your Clementine, okay?
Yeah, anything that can support that, right? Support our bodies really functioning at their best is what we're looking for. And Clementine, my initial response is yes, it's a great cleaner, right? All limonene are great cleaners, disinfectors, purifiers, great in your water, great in a cocktail, great in your diffuser. But really, Clementine has a much heavier job that it can do. And I think recognizing it as, I consider it in my world, the sort of highest level of citrus oil that I can get my hands on, right? As far as for my therapeutic benefits that I'm looking for in my household. So for me, absolutely, I'm going to use the Purify, guys. I don't like the stinky socks or ferret butt, right? So getting free Clementine as the sort of, it's just nuts. I would pay $20 for, if they said today, you can buy Clementine for $20, and they told me the max was $3, I would just buy the Clementine for, you know what I mean? Like it's so worth $20 for a 15 ml bottle of Clementine. It's crazy. But I'm also getting my Purify, which is like a little workhorse in my house. Absolutely. I do want to throw out there, guys, you can still get the whole collection for the week. The collection for the week is still available. The BOGO box is the smartest way to go. And here's the thing. If you have never ordered from doTERRA before, not only are you going to get, if you follow one of the links that we have, like if you're on YouTube, follow one of those links that we have down below, you're going to get every single oil that we've talked about this week, plus a bonus bottle of tea tree oil. But then in addition to that, you are going to have an unlimited access of 25% off of anything that you could possibly want over the next year. So let's just say today you're like, yeah, I'm going to take advantage of this great BOGO box. And let's say 3 months from now, you're like, you know what? I want to try that on guard. You just go in and you sign on to your account the way you do any other online shopping, and you order a bottle of On Guard and it's coming to your house, but you're going to get 25% off. And that lasts for a whole year with no additional cost for you. No additional cost. You're getting your BOGO box and you're going to get that 25% off for an entire year. It's bonkers, right? In addition to that, you're also going to get $50 doTERRA dollars in your cart for you to use however you want anytime over the next year, which is absolutely awesome. So in Carrie Math land, that makes the box $120, okay? Because I'm going to get $50 more worth of, oils that I don't have to pay for. Absolutely. Okay. No obligation otherwise. Yes, there are other things you can join. You can do LRP, you can do whatever, but none of that is an obligation. You just get that advantage today by buying the BOGO box. So do it. If you are already someone who has their membership or has their access to that 25% off, you're going to get points if you're doing LRP. Guess what? I'm getting $50 basically back because I am at 30%. Everything I order on doTERRA, I get 30% back of the PV, if you will, the points in my account. So guess who's shopping next month? On some great deal. So it's a do. I think that somebody said, what was it? How much per bottle it ended up being? It was like $12 or $13. What was it?
$14 a bottle. $14 a bottle.
$14.
Yeah. I mean, you think about the value, and it evens out, right? Because we have oils that are $20 a bottle, and then we have an oil that's almost $70 wholesale, right? So if you even that and think about what you're getting for $14 a bottle, they're all worth more than $14 a bottle, right? I mean, it's amazing. Every single one, yeah.
I mean, we're talking frankincense. 2 exclusive oils.
Right.
Bonkers. Oh, sorry. I thought Trixie was going to say something. I'm sorry. Did I cut you off? No, you're good. Okay. So guys, I love Tammy's dog walking around in the background. She's always so cute.
I want to throw a quick recipe out there with Clementine, and it's so easy to do. Get dark chocolate, melt it down a little bit, add a little bit of Clementine in it, then let it just sit on a parchment paper, and then sprinkle a little pink Himalayan salt on it and make your little chocolate dabbers. It's so good, and it's so healthy for you because you're boosting your glutathione, right, with the Clementine, and you're getting all those great antioxidants with your dark chocolate. So there you go.
That is awesome. You know what? You reminded me too when you said that. A way that I like to use Purify is whenever I do laundry, like doing our linens on our bedding, I make a spray that is just water and Purify, and I spray down our mattresses. It helps to get rid of any weird things that might, accumulate in life. I don't know what those are. I don't want to think about what those are because I use my Purify, so I don't have to think about what those are. But also just, let's be real. Mattresses can be gross. And, we think we forget to do it. And what I love is that I don't get in bed and then my bed smells like Purify afterwards. I get in bed and it's just clean. There's no anything, hot, sweaty times of year, right? Yuck, right? Especially if you're menopausal or perimenopausal and you know what that's like. You wake up all sweaty and that's going into your mattress, guys. It's gross, right? I love that. It's one of my favorite things. And I mean, sometimes I'll add lavender once I put the mattress cover on, you know what I mean? To bring that yay sleepiness time. But the real workhorse is, I'm spraying that dog down with some Purify. And it's easy, it's water and Purify. And what a difference it makes, right? There are so many great recipes for both of these oils. So check them out. Do we have anything that we've missed? We're all good. We're all solid. So today is awesome. Tomorrow, You are not going to want to miss it. That's all I'm going to tell you. You are not going. I love Friday. I do know what it is because, you know, process of elimination. It's going to be Aroma Touch. Oh, you guys, you've got to be there, right? Susan, go ahead.
I was going to say, and something else. Aroma Touch and something else.
And it'll be Saturday because today's Friday.
Thank you, because I can't get it straight all week, you guys. You know that. I've said it every day. Can we please announce the BOGO box on Sunday and make Monday day one of BOGOs? Because you people are messing with my head. I am so discombobulated. Everything, every single thing. My husband's like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, I'm living in a BOGO bubble and it is messing with my head. So today is day 4, but it's Friday and no, gosh, I probably even messed it up on the thumbnail. Did I put day 4? Did I put day 5? No idea. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you. If you have questions, hit us up. Click the links. Visit. And by the way, subscribe to our channel. This has been BOGO Week Lives all week, and we have really been loving it. But typically, we do incredible in-depth workshops that you are going to love. And they're all out there for you. They're all on our YouTube channel. Raven's Nest Essentials is the name of the channel. And they're just there for you to enjoy. So enjoy them and learn and take some steps, right, toward your natural life journey. I don't know. All right, guys. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Trixie. So good to have you as our special guest today. We want more Trixie. We all need more Trixie in our life. And thank you so much, Miss Tammy. Have a great day, guys. We will talk to you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Right?
Bye, y'all.
Bye.